What's up, guys? Specstar here today with my third battle for farm, and this week I'm going up against my man Jake, and he's got himself a team consisting of Celesteela, Mega Alakazam, Toxapex, the fan favorite Pokemon, Hitmonchan, Abomasnow, and Jolteon, and I will switch right over to my team here. Get the angle right. Starting off, I got the best 1-point Mon of all time, Duosion, and I'm rocking the Toxic, Physically Defensive, Recover, Psychic, Acid Armor, Calm Mindset. Simply, he does not have a Dark type, so it's game time. If I get the right chance to set up, this thing could definitely be a threat. Bar crits, which do tend to mar this set time to time, should I say. Rocking Magic Guard, of course. And I've just got enough speed on this thing to outpace Toxapex. I just don't want to let the thing haze me for free. Next up here, I've got Drapion, and this is just for his Mega Alakazam. I mean, there's not much else of a reason there. I want to pursue that son of a bitch if it comes, and it did come, so I've got that for it. And the rest of the moves, just coverage to hit his team as ideally as possible. I've got speed on this thing for, I believe, a max speed Celesteela, just in case. Next up, I've got Latias, and I'm running Psychic, Thunderbolt, Roost, Defog with a Life Orb, max special attack, max HP. This set basically, as annoying as Toxapex is, I want to be able to put offensive pressure on him if he brings it in. So I want to punish that thing instead of just giving it free switch-ins like it quite often gets. Thunderbolt, of course, it's the Steela. Next up here, I've got a Shaman, and I'm running Physically Defensive with Leech Seed, Synthesis, Seed Flare, and Psychic with enough speed, I think, also for max speed Steela. This set is just kind of my switch in to Steela for physically defensive Steela, or any kind of defensive Steela, really, because that thing with Leech Seed just wins games. Shaman's immune to the Leech Seeds, and with all the bulk, it can take hits from the thing and Leech Seed it up itself. This is just my best defensive check to make sure that thing doesn't get free recovery. And Psychic hits. Let's see if I remember. Oh, I guess it just hits Pex a bit better. I think that was part of my logic in running Psychic. You know, you want to move for that thing on everything. Speaking of moves to hit Pex, next up I've got a Banded Donphan. And this thing, it just kind of put him in some tricky positions. I thought he would have a bit of an annoying time switching in on it. And that's just kind of the whole thing here with this set. I'm rocking max attack and max HP in defense. Basically, this thing on a few mons could get in, and if it does get in, I don't know how comfortably he can switch in on it, especially with Fire Fang and Thunder Fang hitting Steela. Thunder Fang is just a good middle ground that can hit both Pex and Steela without having to make a prediction, and Fire Fang covers potentially Abomasnow. And lastly here, I've got my Power Up Punch Lopunny. I'm running enough speed to outpace a modest Alakazam. And I've got the Encore on this thing just to make sure it is not free Toxapex switch-ins, which it could be. Especially with that thing having Haze, Encore can make potentially Power-Up Punch dangerous. If he does lock into Haze, then Return will eventually chip the thing down. He'll be forced to switch out. And High Jump Kick hits basically whenever Return doesn't. So basically just, you kind of have to bring Lopunny no matter what, and that's a set that gives me a chance to get some use against Pex. Alright, back to the battle here, get the scene ready. So starting off, I just wanted to lead off with Donphan. It put pressure on him if he led off with Jolteon, and of course things like Zam would get forced to switch out. Basically, I don't see a really bad matchup for Donphan due to its sturdy. So he's going to lead off with Abomasnow. I'm going to lead off with Donphan. I don't switch into Abomasnow very... I don't switch very well on Abomasnow at all, so switch out or what? Not really a great option here. So I'm just going to go right for my Fire Fang, and I'll gladly trade my Donphan for this thing. Donphan's kind of the one thing I don't really need to keep healthy for anything. He goes right for Blizzard. We barely survive that, and Firefang is something he will not survive, so Donphan's going to get a quick KO right off the bat here. He brings out Hitmonchan, and I imagine he's just going to go for something like Drain Punch, so I'm going to switch into my physically defensive Shaman to kind of feel it out. I bring Shaman in. He goes for the Ice Punch, which hits it a little bit harder. So here, I'm going to think about my turn. Hail makes Synthesis do half, but I figured out that I could stall out the Hail if I was able to land Leech Seeds here, so I thought Leech Seed was my best move here instead of having to sack off my Donphan. So I'm going to go for my Seeds here. Fortunately, they land. They don't always. He goes for Ice Punch, and here's where we click Synthesis until the Hail goes away. Synthesis until the Hail, and then we're finally getting healthy here. One more Synthesis, I think. Yeah, I go for Synthesis here, and he brings in a Celesteela. Celesteela is his Z user, so I don't take a Sky Strike. That's one way Steela can beat this thing. So I'm actually just going to go into my Donphan to see if he is Sky Strike. He goes for Air Slash. That doesn't tell me for sure if he's Sky Strike, but something will. That special defense boost does tell me that he is a defensive set. So you know what, I figure, why not? This might be my chance to get Duosion going, and I'll give it a shot. He goes for Heavy Slam, and I go right for Acid Armor. That bounces off, and in typical Jake fashion, he goes for the Air Slash, trying to flinch me down as I go for Recover. Now I know I gotta get some Calm Mind so I don't risk too much from the flinching, and he keeps going for the Air Slash, trying to flinch. And as I go for my second Calm Mind, he's gonna bring in Toxapex. Hopefully the thing's not speedy, because I put just enough speed on my Duosion to outpace a no-speed Toxapex. And I'm going to go right for my Psychic here. And fortunately we do outspeed that thing, so Duosion's looking super threatening here. He goes for Hitmonchan in typical Jake fashion, trying to get the freeze. He does get the freeze, but I'm going to thaw out right away. Nice try, Jake. And then he goes back to trying to flinch crit me with Air Slash. And I'm just going to be setting up all the way with this thing because there's no point just attacking while I'm not fully boosted. But he's just going to drop out of the game. He's going to click that run button and flee. So GG to Jake here. Without a Dark type, this Duosion set is pretty damn hard to deal with, and he did not have the tech to deal with the real Duosion set. I'm sure he had the haze on his pecs, but he didn't have that thought process to put the speed on because he's not on this wavelength. But not to diminish my opponent, he is a good player. Top 30 Draft League players from the video, so no joke, but you know, in the top 30 draft leaguers, they don't teach you how to counter Duosion. So that's going to be another good win for us here in week 3. And GG to my man Jake anyway. I think by quitting, he saved us both a little bit of stalls, so no hard feelings there. And that's going to be it for this video. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a good night.